In 2019, I first found Neville Goddard and I started applying the law of assumption, and everything in my life changed completely. So, a lot of things that I now recently talk about on my channel are very philosophical as to why the law of assumption works. But you don't need to know that, because when I found the law of assumption, I just had a surface level knowledge of the law, just completely surface level. I knew that now the God, so-called the God of this world, is within every person, and so our own consciousness is responsible for what we encounter largely in this world. And I understood that the world is a mirror, reflecting, forever reflecting who you are being within. So I applied the law of assumption with this surface level knowledge, and I had wonderful results. Uh, I was trying to manifest my wife, who is Russian, and I was in Malaysia, and COVID happened, and we couldn't meet, and so there was a lot of things happening, and I first applied the law of assumption in that, and I succeeded. And then there are a lot of things I have discussed on my channel on which I applied the law and I succeeded from surface level knowledge. And so you don't need to know the deeper philosophy behind it. But the mind is very inquisitive, and I can't stop researching more, even though I don't need to. So recently I am studying Neville Goddard once again. I am reading a lot of lectures. So it's been 6 years that I have been continuously studying the law of assumption. And so what I have gathered and what I want to share in this video is a very nuanced point, which is that we must, Neville Goddard talks about this a lot, where he says that you be the witness of God in your life. He personalizes God, he gives you the personal God, and his work is extremely redeeming. Theology and religions make God to be a separate entity. Well, Neville Goddard tells you that the Christ is within. And I don't want to get into the religiosity of things, but I want to give my input on this teaching, which is that you must be witness of God in the works. You must be the witness of the works of God in your personal life to find Him. And how do you do that? By exercising, imitating God in your life. Be ye imitators of God as dear children, it says in the scripture. So you must be the witness of the perfect play of God in your life. How do you do that? By deliberately associating yourself with the Christ within and living your life from the lens of the Christ within rather than the ego. And I've been thinking about it a lot, that this world is sort of a game. It's like a game, right? You're kind of spawned into this world and you have no idea who you are, right? Very few people have absolutely any clue as to who they are. So ego is necessary, right? I've been thinking like why the ego is so dominant. Well, when you come into this world, ego is a survival mechanism, right? It comes equipped with fears and some set of beliefs that you get from society and everything. So it kind of weaves into a personality that protects you, so-called protects you to survive in this world, right? You must not disagree with a lot of people, you must be sociable, you must earn a certain amount of money, you must have a house. See, these ego things, and you must not be judged too much by other people, so you must behave yourself. So these are ego things that are necessary for this organism, this human self, to survive. But the moment you become witness of the real self, the witness of Christ, the witness of the perfect play of Christ within, ego kind of gets in the way. The program has been playing for so long, you have accumulated so many beliefs, so many assumptions from the world, that it becomes very difficult for you to let go of the ego. But from that point on, ego is extremely limiting. And there are so many videos of people saying, oh, you have limiting beliefs in your subconscious mind, you must release these beliefs, this or that or the other. No, there is only one belief that you must release. That is, you are not the ego and God is within. That's it. And if God is within, you must imitate whatever lovely things that you think of God uh, can exercise in this world, right? You must pay attention to the lovely things in your life. You must start imagining the lovely. You must start exercising your imagination deliberately, and you then become witness of God's work in this world. How? You imagine something lovely and it happens, right? That's the part where you become witness to the works of God. There is a lecture that I recently, just in the morning, was reading, and in which Neville Goddard talked about this woman, this realtor, who was trying to get a house to her clients, and she had showed them many houses, and they were never happy with any of them. And the realtor got tired of it eventually, and then she applied the law of assumption. And what she did was she walked into a beautiful house in her imagination, and to the left of her she saw the most magnificent living room, and to the right, something like to the right, there was a window, and she saw through it and saw this beautiful patio. And she had this intention in her mind that this is the perfect house that these clients have liked, loved, and they have enough money to buy it. It's perfectly in their price range, and so it's a perfect house that they have. And within 6 days, she did it for 6 days, and within 6 days, these clients called her and said that, oh, one of my friend has seen a house and it's in a listing, and could you please go check it out? And so she did. And this house, when she walked into it, it was exactly the way she imagined. On the left, this was this beautiful, brilliant living room. On the right, there was this beautiful patio in the window that she looked at. And so, how can that, what are the odds of this precision of the imaginal act to happen? It's impossible, it's improbable, right? The house would have been different. It should not have been the same layout. And within 6 days, the clients who were rejecting every single house, they loved it. And some friend, like it came out of nowhere. She wasn't even trying to look for that house. And it was in a state where she had never been to. So the odds of this happening organically are impossible. And Naval says from this experience, she witnessed the perfect play of God, and she found Him. Now we easily forget once we have witnessed something like this and we say it would have happened anyways, because the ego, again, the ego comes in and tells you, oh, it would have happened. Ego is the master of rationalization and logic, so-called, and it is the master of persuasion. So it can persuade anybody by saying that it would have happened anyway. And so you once again forget that you have found Him. So what I want to say in this video is, I guess the point of this video is to just form one belief that God is within. And so you must imitate the how God creates, and you must start creating deliberately, and you must witness. Once you witness your own creation, because it will be uncanny, you cannot deny it unless you start to fall into the trap of ego in rationalization. When it will happen, you will witness it, and from there you cannot deny it. You would have found Him. And so after that, you will realize where the power lies. And I wanted to say that be the witness of God in your personal life, but be the observer of the perfect play of God in your surroundings. Whatever is happening in the world, whatever is happening, the circumstances, be observer. observe, but do not be emotionally involved, right? A witness is somebody who has been involved in whatever happened, right? But an observer just observes. So, to the world, what is happening in the world and what is happening in the circumstances, be the witness, be the observer, but don't be a witness. Don't be emotionally involved. Don't take a side, right? And once you don't do that, you can let the world be as it is. You fall back to the subjectivity of your experience, and from your subjective experience, God works in subjective manner. So you keep witnessing the perfect play of God from within, and the more you do it, the more it works and the more it becomes undeniable, and it sort of has a rhythm to it. It becomes a habit, and the more you do it, uh, the more blissful your life will become. And so I know this was a very philosophical video, but I had this idea in my mind that we must be the witnesses of the perfect play of God to consistently apply this law and consistently see success. If we see it once and we go back to the trap of the ego, well, it's the loop will continue and you will see some success and then some failure, and it's just not a great way to be. And I have an announcement on my membership channel. I will be doing a mastermind group where we will have live Zoom call, and you can have a chat with me face to face, and we can discuss all ideas related to Neville Goddard and reality creation and all things regarding manifestation. So it's much better than just Q&A. I've been doing Q&A, just answering your questions, but now I will be having a Zoom call where you can hop on the call and discuss with me directly. So if you're interested, please join. The link is in the description, and thank you. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye bye.